Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Okay. You might have noticed that the readings haven't been the highest energy the past few days. Work was kicking my butt before I went on vacation. I mean, to the point where I recorded, one video up in Mendocino. And even the videos I've been doing now have been shorter than normal. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on at work. And we're a little bit short-staffed and have a lot of extra things that came up, and they're all coming due, and it's just been a long day. As an example, and not looking for the world's smallest violin here, but I was up at 5:30 this morning on the road to work at 6. Takes me an hour to get there, and so basically at work at 7. I've been working, meetings, stuff like that until 3. Drove home and got a coffee and then dinner and started working at 5, and I stopped working about 9 o'clock. So it's an 8-hour day followed by a 2-hour commute home and dinner followed by another 4-hour day. And I think I got everything done I needed to get done today, and tomorrow should be an equally long day. So if you're wondering why my can is dragging, that's why. No, I do have support at work, so that's good. But it's just draining. Okay. Enough about that. I was trying to look to see what to read on tonight. Just a couple of commentary things before I start this. I'm just going to read on the general election of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and how things are looking for them. Just a very sort of high-level review of that, because there's not too much of interest in the news right now I want to read on. Now, some clarifications. I was able to listen to some of the Brett Baier and Kamala Harris interviews. And it's interesting that the news media say there was this contentious interview and they were talking over each other. Well, I don't think it was really contentious. I think he asked her a question, and when she would try to answer, he would start asking a bunch of different questions, not letting her answer. And when she started answering, he wanted to interrupt her in mid-sentence when she said something, and he wanted to counter it as opposed to letting her finish. It was like the worst of mansplaining and, that behavior that men do where they cut off women. And listening to it, she did not come across as emotional. She did not come across as angry or confrontational. She had that typical Kamala Harris way of talking where she's firmly demanding respect to finish her thoughts. She will let him ask his next question, but the respect has to be both ways. I thought she did a great job with that. And I listened to her several times where he was talking over her and she wouldn't stop talking. She wasn't talking over him. She just wouldn't stop talking because she hadn't finished her answer. And if he wouldn't shut up, she would ask him, could you just let me finish? She came across as reasonable. And when he played the quote-unquote wrong clip, as he's apologizing for now, she called him out on it. Said, that's not the clip. It was absolutely the clip they intended to play. Because the way he said it's like, here's a clip where Trump's denying it, and they play it, and it's like, maybe that wasn't the clip he wanted. I'm going to put that in air quotes because I really don't believe that. But he was clearly lying. It was clearly gaslighting. And she called him out on that. And he doesn't have an answer for that because she was right. So, again, impressed with Kamala Harris on that one. If probably had I watched that, my reading that I put up this morning would have been even more biased in her favor. But I think from what I saw, reasonable people that watch Fox News, and I know you're probably asking yourself, is there such a thing? Yeah. they would at least have seen that she's not like this shrill harpy that just laughs in a weird way all the time, and whatever criticisms Donald Trump has said about her. She came across as very intelligent, very even in emotions, and she also pointed out the stuff that Donald Trump has done that the Fox News audience don't normally hear. And when they're, for whatever reason, they're going on about folks in prison getting gender transforming surgery, and he's like, "You support that?" And she's like, "Donald Trump in his administration did the same thing when he was in there." And with a couple of others, she goes, "It's the law. I'll follow the law." Just a very simple answer. And when asked about her presidency being a continuation of Biden, it's like, no, it's going to be the Harris presidency. It's like every new president comes in, I'll be using my life experiences and my judgment to make a difference. She did great. She did absolutely great. Now, will it change a lot of the Fox viewers' opinions? Probably not. But there will be some that watch it and realize, oh, she's not as horrible as he makes her out to be. And sometimes that's all you need. Maybe convince another 0.2 or 0.3% of people. You get these little dribs and drabs in there, can make a difference. Okay, so long intro. Let's get to the reading here. Let's take a look at how the election is looking for Kamala Harris as I do this on October 17th at a little after 9 p.m. Pacific time. And this is for entertainment purposes only. How's Kamala Harris's election chances looking? Page of Pentacles, coming forward with a new message, and cross by bringing things to an end, and underneath is the Page of Cups. It's interesting. Now you could say, oh, her campaign's going to die, 1,000 cuts. Not really. Her whole message is about moving forward, moving past it, leaving this stuff in the dust, going forward and not worrying about the past. And underneath is the Page of Cups. And again, I think she's really doing a good job of appealing to the youth. Their values, their emotions, she can connect with. She's able to connect with them. It's not just an old person's election anymore. She's activating younger people. The other thing that's being put to an end is the silliness in the nonsense that's been going on. The gaslighting, the lying, the CUNA nonsense. She's coming forward with a message of values. Did you care to interject yourself into this reading? Is there something you wanted to share with the audience? You thought, do you like my interpretation of this? Yeah, I know. You're just such a sweet boy. You should probably just flop down right on my cards right there, huh? Oh, are you looking for the kitten's food? Oh, I bet you are. Let's see. Let's see if this is what you're looking for. That's the kitten's food. Let me see. I kind of want to eat it, but it's really in the middle of your table. Like this video wasn't already longer. You put this down here. Let's see if all of a sudden you want to be on my card table anymore. The food's down there. Move your booty. Nobody wants to see all the floof. Okay, so cats. He likes the kitten food because her kitten food tastes yummy and delicious. Nom 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 nom. Okay. He's already jumped up on my desk because he was bored and wanted attention. But here he's jumping up because he's looking for the kitten food that he's now eating. I'll give him a couple of bites, then I'm going to take it away from him because it's not his. So her values, putting the Q and nonsense to an end, and just moving forward. In the past, the Two of Cups. Bringing people together, agreements, contracts. This is kind of the thing that she's doing. She's reaching across the aisle. She's getting votes from both Republicans and Democrats some who don't want to vote for Donald Trump, some who want to vote for her. So that's been the biggest dynamic change. It's not always votes against Trump, it's votes for her as well. Food moved. He got a little snack. Current situation with Kamala Harris's election chances. Wheel of Fortune. Fate. This is just continuing the process that fate and fortune have for her. I think she's on her destiny and her path. Overarching energy is the death card. Okay, not only her path, but ours too, as we, again, moving from the patriarchy to the matriarchy, moving away from toxic masculinity and everything that goes with it. She's bringing into that and a new era coming in, bringing into this chapter of our elections. And that was one of the comments she made when he was saying, well, do you think the American people are stupid? She goes, no, I would never say that. Donald Trump would say that. And like, what are you bringing that's new? You say you're bringing stuff that's new. And she says, yeah, I'm just trying to move past the drama of the last 10 years. We're moving past this. We're moving on to an area where there's agreements and a new deal that's coming forward. She's reaching out to new people. As opposed to alienating them, she's reaching out to them. Out comes the King of Wands. She really is sitting in the catbird seat here. She's in charge with everything that's going on. Now the kitten is in here. Hey, come here. Guess what? Guess who's eating your food? Did you say Nico? You would be correct. Go beat him up. Don't let that black cat eat your food. Little. We've referred to her as the house cheetah. She's kind of tall and rangy and kind of thin. And he's more of the skulking house panther. So you got to see both cats. So, not a complete bust. Now, if you're not a cat person, you're like, I didn't come here for the cats. You're outnumbered. You're outnumbered in this audience. Just saying. Don't believe me? Read the comments. When by the 12-minute mark, when they've seen both cats, you're gonna just see comments like, Nico, it's good to see him. Oh, there's the kitten. She's gotten so big. You know, that sort of thing. I'm a dog person. Through and through a dog person. Nico's a sweet boy. He's a very nice, sweet boy. She is just a bundle of sunshine. She is just a sunny, cheerful, happy cat. She doesn't really require any attention other than when she wants to be fed. That's the only time she wants attention. When she comes up purring to me and rubbing her against me, she's basically saying, I'm hungry, human. Go feed me. Otherwise, she just entertains herself. She's really funny. Easy cat. Okay. So that's Kamala Harris's reading there. And things are looking good. Things are looking good. The other thing that's really got me excited are the reports of early voting and how overwhelming, how big the numbers of early votes are for people that have voted early and how many of those are Democrats voting. There is a ton of enthusiasm. This is not going to be a close election. This is going to be a blowout. That's the feeling that I've had. I realize the news media says different, the polls say different, but you look at all the data leading up to this, it just didn't seem like it should be close. And with the early voting, it sure indicates that it's not going to be close. This is going to be a blowout. We got back from our vacation. Our ballots came in. I filled mine out after work last night, and I dropped it off at the ballot box just down the street. And I got notification from California that my ballot has been received and counted. Rock and roll. I may have voted blue down the ticket. Just maybe. Donald Trump, on the other hand, how is Donald Trump's campaign doing? As he continues to not do interviews. His Fox interview, apparently, the Women's Town Hall, was filled with a bunch of women chosen by Fox. It wasn't a random audience or random uncommitted viewers. It was women who work for the RNC or run Trump-affiliated groups down there. Ridiculous. Okay, how's Trump's election chances doing? Walking away. Emotionally walking away, it's like he's sundowning. He's not that interested. The other thing that was interesting was that Linda G picked up on the same thing. I'm going to stop right here. That I was picking up on. Gary and I had done readings with Marina. It must have been 3 weeks ago because I missed last week's because I was on vacation. When I read on Trump, all I got was the guy's exhausted. He absolutely is exhausted. This guy needs a vacation. Now, that's an amazing thing because he doesn't seem to work particularly hard, but whatever he's doing is more than he's capable of handling. And it really seems like he's physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted, and he needs a break. That's what I was getting before. I'm still getting that. This card is just kind of like that to me. It's like he's overwhelmed. He doesn't know what to do. And he's run out of ideas because he doesn't have many ideas to start with. Crossed with the Four of Coins, he wants to walk away, but he can't. His freedom relies on him campaigning. His money relies on him campaigning. He doesn't want to lose anything that his freedom or his finances. He doesn't want to lose any of that. And this is also kind of a card of narcissism. He can't take the thought that he's going to lose a second time. Underneath it all is the Empress. But he may be like overwhelmed and exhausted, but he's still sitting there entitled and lazy. So it's an interesting combination of laziness and exhaustion. It must be really tiring to boss people around and tell them what to do all the time. And they just can't do it right because they're not you. And Trump can't do it himself because he doesn't have the energy, the emotional bandwidth to do it. It's almost like, he doesn't have the emotional bandwidth. And it's probably because his mental capacities are diminishing. And it takes a lot of energy to be angry and outraged all the time. So there's nothing left. There's no energy, no spark to like motivate people because he's too busy being angry. In the past, we have Temperance. He used to be able to balance his emotions, or this could be, Dr. Ronnie Jackson helping him balance his emotions, but he's not capable of doing that anymore. This is a card of detoxification, but he's been so toxic that you can only imagine that it's impacting his own psyche. You can only spit out so much poison before you're just filled with poison yourself because there's nothing positive replacing it. Current situation, Three of Wands. 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks to go. He sees the blue wave coming, and there's nothing he can do about it. He might be also thinking of how do I get myself out of this mess. But he doesn't have, the motivation to really get out. He's too tired. Overarching energy is the Four of Cups. Not only does he not have the emotional energy, nobody's giving him any good news. Nobody's giving him any good advice. He's dissatisfied with everything. He's just tired and cranky. The best way to describe it. He is tired. He's cranky. There's no good options. There are no good options on the table. Lesson to be learned is he's come full circle. I was listening to a TikTok, and it was something about my autistic dad or my autistic husband, who had his prediction that Kamala Harris was going to win the election. It was hilarious. He described Trump as being a banana. And in 2016, it was a fresh, ripe, new banana. Nice and firm, good texture. But by 2024, it was now a brown, mushy banana that if you try to peel it, parts of it come oozing out. There's fruit flies flying around it. It's just absolutely gross. It's still a banana, but it's not a banana that anybody desires anymore. Now, the greatest lie in the world is that you'll say, I'll make banana bread out of that. That's a lie. Stop lying to people. Yeah, you might make banana bread out of it 1 time in 10, but the other 9 times, the fruit flies are going to feast. It's one of the things I tease Michelle about. My first wife used to say that all the time. And yeah, occasionally she'd make banana bread, but most of the time she wouldn't. And we'd have like a collection of fruit flies that drove me nuts. The great lie. But yeah, his world, he's come full circle. The anger that he's spit out and got people all worked up and angry about in 2016, now it just consumes him now. He's got nothing left. The outcome is the emperor. So, to me, that this is the crazed emperor. This is Emperor Nero, playing the fiddle as Rome burns. He's got nothing left in the tank. He wants to be emperor. He wants to be king, but he doesn't have the energy or the ability to do that. He just doesn't have the support. Can he get there by cheating? Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what this card could be, is that when Cash Peters did a reading today, that he saw Trump making it to the election and saying, oh, thank God, I made it, I've won. And it didn't make sense because Cash doesn't think he's going to win. But then he kind of pondered, like, oh, maybe it's just he needs to get to the, be alive basically till the votes are cast, and then his lackeys will start the election was stolen stuff and all the court cases and election interference stuff that they're doing, and start coup 2.0. That I would believe. That would fit into it. All right. 21 minutes. Anything else I really want to read on this? She looks good. He doesn't look that great. Now, I think I'll leave it here with this one. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video and supporting my channel. Keep up the faith. Kamala Harris is going to win this. But all we have to do is get out and vote. Get out and vote. Don't be complacent. Don't take this for granted. Get out and do it. Get like-minded people out to vote. Make sure that your nieces and nephews and sons and daughters and grandchildren are registered to vote, and that they're out there voting, and they're voting for their rights and women's rights, the men who love women, who want to support women's rights, that whole deal. Get them out there. We can do this. We will do this, and we'll get through the election. Then after that, we're going to have to rely on law enforcement and law and order from the government to maintain law and order until we can get our new government in place and start making some serious changes to this country in a positive way. Anyways, thank you again for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you found this reading insightful. It is for entertainment purposes only, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.